Please use a hairdryer or hot water to heat before use, which I didn't do. What's up YouTube, it's Mike aka Plastic Life, and today we're taking a look at the Tonsen Arttoys Cunning Devourer upgrade kit for your SH Figuarts Majin Buu. Tonsen Arttoys is a third-party company that makes awesome upgrades and custom parts to go with the official Bandai SH Figuarts Dragonball line. I picked this setup from Omnime Store for a retail price of $42.99 US, and I'm really excited to finally have a Buutenks to go with this third-party Ultimate Gohan that I have. So let's crack open this set and see what we got. So before we get into the review, it's important to know that this kit is specifically designed for the SH Figuarts Majin Buu. So if you don't have this figure, don't buy this kit. Here's a look at all the contents that come with this kit. We have our Gotenks style vest. We get 3 different head sculpts. We have our longer head tentacle, 4 sets of interchangeable hands, and 1 finger bang with a blast effect. Here's a look at our Gotenks style fusion vest, and I think this thing came out great. It's made out of a very soft rubber material, and it is painted pretty good. The one thing though I noticed about it is this thing smells really toxic. When I opened the box, I immediately got this smell of almost like a strong permanent marker smell, and it's still lingering around. So it's probably the top coating that they put on it or the rubber itself, but just keep that in mind. This thing really does smell. Taking a look at the head sculpts, we have a smirking head sculpt with very nicely done decal placement there. This looks really good. A really cool grinning head sculpt, and I really like this one. Probably display him with that. And we have our enraged face, good for your blast effects and so on. Came out really good. My decal placement is a little off. You can see his eyes aren't really kind of centered, but I think it's fine. Here's our original Majin Buu head sculpt with our new Buutenks head sculpt. There is a slight difference in the colors of pink. I don't think it's going to be too noticeable when you put the kit on the body. There's also difference in terms of the texture. The plastic is very matte on the head sculpt of the original, and this kit is more of a satin look. Here's a look at our long head tentacle. It's on a ball joint that will peg into the back of each head sculpt here. And then I can move it freely side to side, up and down. We also have a segmented piece here that will rotate side to side. For hands, we get a pair of stylized martial arts hands that remind me a lot of what Goku's poses are like. We get a pair of open blasting hands, and those came out really good. The original release comes with an open hand as well, and you can see that there's a difference. These are a little bit fatter on the original, and this is a more slender, toned version with more detail than the original release. We get a pair of Kamehameha style hands. We get a pair of fist hands. Comparing the original release fists with the Tonsen Arttoys upgrade kit, you can see that the original releases are much wider as well as less detailed. And finally, we have a finger blast technique that only comes for the right hand, and it comes with a effect piece that you can just peg in like so. Be careful, these things are really sharp, and this is just made out of a translucent yellow plastic, but I think that looks really good. Alright, so let's get this fusion underway. So I'm just going to take off the head sculpt on the Buu. And maybe we'll take off the hands as well, just so that we can have no obstruction. I can even get the hands off. Okay, big problem here. So I went to separate the vest, and you can see that the rubber is starting to separate up top. So that's a bummer. It destroys the paint right off the bat. The paint just cracks. But let's see if we can get this on the figure without splitting the vest in half. So you can see how much it's splitting there. So just kind of take a look at it, make sure you don't overstretch it, and then it should just slide over top like so. And then it's kind of, you're not going to see that cracked paint back there when the head sculpt comes on. But there we go with the vest. Just going to grab the smirking head sculpt. You're going to take the head tentacle and then just port that in like so. Okay, and that's a good fit there. So now we have some articulation up there. And let's see if this will port onto the original figure. There we go. And we can just go ahead and port on the hands. They fit pretty good. I feel like I'm not going to be able to get those off. They ported on good, but they are on there pretty tight. The head sculpt though comes off fairly easy, so it doesn't snap in how I would like it to, but it holds with the friction. It's not going to come off, but it does come off with just slight little bit of force. Just keep that in mind when you're posing the figure around. But man, that looks absolutely spectacular. So a really, really nice rendition of Buutenks, and all we did was just get a simple upgrade kit. Didn't need to buy a new figure for, 110 Canadian dollars. We got ourselves Buu after he absorbed Gotenks. And there we go. Alright, so I was trying to pose this guy around and the head sculpt kept falling off. So I took a blow dryer and applied heat to the socket, about 10 to 15 seconds. And then when I ported the head sculpt on, it was able to go in further. And then it was a lot harder to remove the head sculpt. So I think you just need to apply some heat and then put it onto the peg and let the socket take shape of the peg there, and then you're going to get a much stronger hold. So I think now it's better able to pose up this figure. Alright, now we can move the figure around a lot better because that head sculpt is staying in place. So thoughts on this kit by Tonsen Arttoys. I think it's great. It gets the job done. Aesthetically, it looks like Majin Buu after absorbing Gotenks. I love the expressions on the multiple head sculpts that it comes with. I love that they included interchangeable hands because they didn't have to. The original figure comes with multiple hands, and they gave us new hand sculpts because this hand sculpt did not come with the original figure. It's a nice Kamehameha hand sculpt. That looks awesome there. My only gripe about this kit comes from the vest. You need to be very careful because my vest was already splitting out of the package, but it does say on the box, please use a hairdryer or hot water to heat before use, which I didn't do. So keep that in mind. You might want to take the vest out and just apply a little bit of heat. I wouldn't boil this and put it in boiling water. You might end up just kind of melting down the rubber. We don't want that. So maybe give it a little bit of a once over with some warm water, and maybe that will help make the vest a little bit more pliable for you to apply it onto the figure. And so there we have it. This kit actually makes this Super Buu figure feel like a brand new figure. I'm really happy to have that, and I'm excited to start taking some photos of it, so stay tuned for those. If you found the review helpful, hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons. Let me know in the comment section on whether or not you're going to pick up this kit. Head on over to plastic.life on Instagram for more action figure pics, and always remember, at the end of the day, it's your collection. Buy whatever makes you happy, and I hope you'll check out my next videos. Take care.